All right, boys and girls, you should have your reader. I Can Read Well, book 4. Let's go all the way. We're just about finished reading it, so we're toward the back, page 20, a 2 and a 0. You probably noticed these two tricky words that we've had a long time ago are, from, sounds like there should be a short U, and it's an O-M. All right. You can tell from the pictures that we're talking about the place that children are going to be called a farm. It's, of course, in our title, too. We'll talk about that. It's a farm. Have you ever been on a farm? Remember back in the fall, we talked about one of our community helpers called a farmer. And if you remember, we said there's farmers that have animals. Sometimes farmers grow different crops like corn and beans. So we're super thankful for our farmers that give us some healthy food to eat or give us some meat. Of course, dairy farmers, we get some milk. So today, the children, we're going to talk about their names in a minute. They're on a farm, all right? And maybe you've been to one of those kind of farms that we mentioned. Let's go ahead and see the title. A Day at the Farm. All right, let's find out those children's name. Mark and Matt are twins. We haven't had a lot of TW words. We had it the other day for 12, twins. The twins like to go to Granddad's farm. Now they put a line so that we could read the word grand and then dads. If we need to read those separate, that's okay. The children call it granddad. You might say grandpa or papa. You might have a different name for grandpa. Granddad is the name they use here. All right. Shep, we're going to find out what Shep is, barks to greet them. All right. So who are the boys in our story? All right, you read their names, Mark and Matt. The dog is who? Shh, got SH, Shep. Another word down here, greet. What's that mean if he barks to greet them? It's kind of like we would say hello to somebody, the dog is barking. All right, they're at Granddad's farm, and turn the page and we'll see what they're going to do. Looks like they're going to be super helpful visiting Granddad. Mark and Matt help in the barn. The jobs are not hard. Matt feeds the chicks. Mark picks up the eggs. All right, so boys and girls, it looks like they came to visit Granddad, but they're also being super helpful. What did Mark do? Mark picked up the eggs, good. And Matt, you can figure out who he is because he is feeding the chicks. All right, the pictures give us a lot of clue in our story, don't they, boys and girls? All right, it's the same story. Turn the page. Continuing on, same people. Then it is time to play. Matt plays in the barn. Mark plays in the barn yard. All right, do you see the difference on that? They did all their work, and so now they get to have the fun times, kind of like us. If we get all our work done, and then we could go do some fun things. And if you notice, when we looked at this, Matt was in the barn. There's Matt, in. And then Mark is in front here. They call that the barn yard, kind of the front area there. All right. And then at the back, you can tell, looking at the picture, at sunset, they divided that word, sunset, they go home. The sky is dark and the stars shine as Mark and Matt ride in the car. All right. Boys and girls, what can they see when they're riding in the car? What are those? Everybody say the stars? Awesome. Great job. And of course, that means you finished that reader. So give yourself a silent cheer. All right. One of the things that you probably noticed reading through this story, boys and girls, and again, I'm sure you've read it through before, was, first of all, we saw twa. We saw the TW. All right. And that is like in 12. Twins, twine, twirl. And then, boys and girls, we saw several words that had AR in it. All right, AR. And Miss Paris is just writing down a few of them that you would have seen in this story. The AR in the middle. It was even in our title. Farm, arm. You don't hear that A sound. Farm. We saw that in Mark, ark. You hear the R. I'm going to put a dot under that in case that confuses you. The AR, but all you hear is the R sound. So there was our farm. And, whoops, I lost it. Mark. Barn. You hear the R. Another one, let's see if I can slide it in here. HARD. Can you say that word with me? Hard. That was another word that had AR in it. Let's see. I've got one more on here I want to show you. I had a lot of AR. And yard. Dark. Also on there. Okay, now the other thing I want to show you, and you guys probably already noticed this, but when they wrote the word sun, they put a slash and they wrote the word set. Now those are two words that you can read. We know what the sun is, and we know what set means, like we set the table, but when we put them together, it makes a word called a sunset. And of course, as the sun goes down in the evening, that's what we call that, the sunset. So, a few different things in that story you might have noticed. Great story about going to the farm. Sounds like a fun trip, doesn't it, boys and girls, to go visit and go play on a farm. They did some work, but they also had a good time playing. All right, great job. Next time we're going to look at book 5. All right, you have that with you also. All right, well, today I brought some pictures to help for you to help me. Everybody say beep, beep. Can you say beep, beep? What goes beep, beep, boys and girls? Cars do, don't they? And you probably noticed what I have on my cars. What do you see? Letters. All right, so I'm going to need some help. I have some pictures, and you're going to need to help me put it on the correct picture car. So here's my car. Picture is a hand. What letter do you hear at the beginning of hand? You should be saying letter H. Very good. So I need to match up hand on there. All right. You're going to have to help me do this. All right. So the next picture is what? Sun. S. What letter am I matching up, boys and girls? All right. Hopefully you're saying letter S. Got to make sure I get the correct one. Okay. Let's try another one. I know you guys are fast at this. Picture clue. Bus. What letter is Miss Paris looking for? B, 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 b. Awesome. You should be saying letter B. Bus. All right. Let's try another one. We talked about this little letter earlier. Here is zipper. We had that on our handwriting. What letter? Z, last letter of the alphabet. Z. Good job. Those are cute little cars, aren't they, boys and girls? All right. Ooh, this was some money we talked about. Do you remember this coin, little and thin? I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's a dime. Remember, how much is a dime worth? You guys remember? You should be saying 10 dimes. I want to make sure I don't put it on the B. B's have bellies, D's don't. Make sure Miss Paris gets it in the right spot. Okay, she's got to get it on the dime. All right, this one, look where the arrow's pointing. It's on your foot, but the arrow's pointing to a toe. Good job. What letter is that? All right, you should be saying letter T. Again, this is part of your body. We can all point to this on our body. It's right here. What's that called? The arrow's pointing to the neck. Very good. Neck is what letter? All right, you should be saying letter N. How's my cards looking? Looking good? All right, let's try another one. I know you know what this cute little one is. Pup is the word they're going to call it. I know we could say dog, could say puppy, puppy, pup, letter P. We could call it a dog or a pup, but I have a P card, so we're going to put it there on the P. Puppy. Let's try a... Did I forget here? Oh, there. You guys know what that is. Cat. Now, K and C gets confusing, I know. Remember, cat is a C. Remember, K is kitten. That can get kind of confusing. That's why I told you it was a cat. Cat is C, K is kitten. All right, super helpful, thank you. And this is a picture of a man. What letter would that be, boys and girls? I'm going to finish off with what letter? Right there, the letter M. All right. Thank you, boys and girls. My cards turned out really, really cute. Look at those. Everybody say beep, beep. All right. All right, let's finish up. Done a great job there today. Look at all those blends up here. Look at those. Can we say those together? 173 and 174. Everybody say bruh, tra, sma, gla, fla, dra, dr. Our pictures: tree, globe, bride, flag, smile, drum. Pretty simple. We got to get the correct special sound. You need to write it neatly. Make sure your letters are sitting nicely on the handwriting line. Down at the bottom, where we have to figure out the letter, kind of a puzzle, has to make a word. We might have to try both of them, but the one that makes it most sense to make a word. And then super easy on the back, and there's even coloring if you would like. 3 handwriting lines and 3 words. Now, if you need to mark these letters or mark these letters, that's always okay. But when you read it, the story about Tim, it needs to make sense. All right, so make sure when you read it, when you're done and you've written the word on the handwriting line, that it makes sense. Don't just guess. You always want to make sure whatever you write, that it always makes sense. And sometimes that helps to read it out loud. Make sure when you write it on the lines that you write it super neat, okay? So proud of you, boys and girls. Keep doing your best work, and we'll come back and we'll do another activity. Great job.